tired. Cause Pete tired, baby. I had a nice day though. Cause Pete tired. I'm at the palace, man. Just got back from dinner with my kids after that paintball. I got busted in the lip. Shit, I'm at the house chilling. Gonna relax in a minute, but I had to do this podcast, man. Dear family, show cousin, cousin P, so black and so beautiful. Uh, Watching NBA. Let's bring some people on. Mm-hmm. What y'all doing? Hold on one second. How y'all feeling out there? I got hit in the neck. My neck hurt. I got hit in the lip with that paintball. That shit hurt. Good Lord. I feel like, oh man, my neck hurt. Mouth hurt. It's rough. It is rough, dear family. It's rough, dear family. How y'all feeling, man? I watched the NBA game. Look here, man. The podcast title, what's the difference between a relationship and a friendship with benefits? This is part two. Once again, I'm a little tired, but I promised to do the podcast, and we're going to get it in. What's the difference between a relationship and a friendship with benefits? We gonna wait till everybody tune in, and then we're going to go to work with this. Subject title. How y'all feeling out there, man? I went to the paintball and had a ball. I went to the paintball today with the kids and had a ball, man. I did my Zion birthday party yesterday. That was beautiful. Spending. So this podcast is part two. Part two, the difference between a friendship and a friendship with benefits versus a relationship. I'm a little tired. Man, I had a ball today. The thing hit me in my lip, hit me in my throat. Oh man. Let me see, swing to review comment. Hey, somebody press high so I could. Um, I had a ball today, but I'm tired, as you can see. But I'm gonna try to get this podcast out the way. This is part two. This is part two. Oh, I had a rough day. I got hit the neck with the ball. My shit hurt, man. My lip was cut open, bleeding, like somebody fired on me. Everything. But this is part two. The difference between a relationship and a friendship with benefits. Healing. Part one. Um, a lot of people took part one very personal, and part one was um, had so much information in it that the emotional state of mind of a man and a woman um, did some things to these individuals' um, souls. I had a lot of comments and messengers about part one. Um, the podcast was powerful, I suppose, but this is part two. What's the difference between a relationship and a friendship with benefits? As I stated before, both relationships have meaning. Both situations have emotions. Anytime you transfer energy, whether it be in a relationship or a friendship with benefits, energy is transmittable. So you're swapping energy. You're swapping love. God produced the womb of a woman to reproduce himself. So the woman's womb is very sacred. And because man stands in the place as the vicegerent of God himself, man holds the seed of life. So when you're swapping energy, you're really in harmony with God himself. And because those of us is or have had situations where we're intimate with our friend or intimate in a relationship, when you swap energies like that, you're always going to find yourself um, in a situation where you start to feel for the person. It's very important that you identify who you're dealing with and identify who you swapping energies with, because men and women get in these situations and you swap energies with the wrong person. That wrong person can bring you a headache. If you swap energies with the right person, that right person could bring you peace. Um, Understand the value of energy. We have to understand the value of energy. There's nothing wrong with friends and benefits if that's what you choose to do. There's two things on a planet: a choice and a decision. A choice and a chance, pardon me. God gives us free will, although he says, put down your will and follow my will. As the God within, he gives us the ability to express our own thoughts, our own movement, our own actions, what's in the best interest of us. And so along that line, God is always next to us in case we need a greater understanding than our own. So there's nothing wrong with generating a relationship, getting to know a person, getting to understand the person, being able to vibe with a person as a friend. And eventually, if the feeling is good and the feeling is mutual, the emotion always gets the best, and you find yourself in a situation with your friend indulged in benefits. What are benefits? Well, when you get a job, some jobs offer benefits, benefits that pertain to health, care, dental work, doctor, and people love benefits. Well, when you swap energy and energy is transmittable, there is a benefit if you're swapping with the right person. There is a benefit if you find yourself treating you how you want to be treated, loving you how you want to be loved. Sometimes you just need an individual that you could talk to, and the conversation and what that person has to say may enlighten your life or inspire your life. And sometimes it never ventures off into a relationship. We're going to talk about that word loyalty. I want to make things very clear on the word loyalty shortly. So once again, there's nothing wrong with a friendship and benefits. You make decisions, and or you strike that. When you meet an individual, you become friends. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches the courting is very important in relationships. Courting represents the word court. When you go to court, you have to produce evidence to prove your innocence, or the prosecutor presents evidence to prove you guilty. Well, in a relationship, you have to prove a friendship. You have to prove whether or not you're compatible with me. And this is why it says relationship, relate. We have to be able to relate to one another. So you start off as associates. And I tell everybody there's a difference between a friend and a partner. Know who your friends are and know who your partners are. Everybody ain't your friend. So in this trial of learning one another as associates, you begin to see like-minded people such as yourself. You begin to see generous and kind people such as yourself. You begin to see so many things if you're courting. A courting represents a period of time because you're in the trial era. And when you in trial, you presenting evidence, you presenting yourself, you are able to identify who you dealing with. And the person whom you're seeking to be with You're presenting yourself qualified to be in a position that you could grow into a relationship. So friendships, you start off as associates, then you become friends. You start to vibe with the energy. You start to um, look at things a little bit more openly instead of closed because you didn't know the person at first. And then you find out that this person is who they say they are. But sometimes, if you move too swift, if you move too quick, your emotions may blind you and you didn't pick a no good ass man. Your emotions may blind you, brother, and you may pick a no good ass woman. What do a no good ass man look like? And what do a no good ass woman look like? One who does not submit her will to do the will of God first. Her morals, her values, her principles, her integrity, the way she represents herself when you identify her children. When you put good clothes on a child, don't make you a good mother. When you put What make you a good mother is when you instill morals and values in your children, because us man identify sometimes through the child who you are as a woman and what you can become in a relationship. So understand, dear family, in all situations you have to be on trial today. Trial is very important. You don't take nothing for face value, because we all know that after 6 months to 2 years inside your relationship, you start to find out about people that you didn't know. You start to find out things about people that you had no idea. And when dissatisfaction comes into play, what do you have to sustain this relationship? Because love is not a relationship, ain't all love. Because love ain't gonna pay my bills. Love ain't gonna do a lot of things to build economics and to build a future. This is why I say love, a relationship is 50% of love and 50% of business. Because once you fall out of love, once you find distress in your relationships, what do you have in place when the love is gone? You have any business ventures? What do you have? So don't put everything in a relationship from an emotional, unintelligent mindset. Have a logical mindset when you move. Put your man or put your friend on trial. What does he or she bring to the table to benefit longevity? Get out of being this instant gratification oatmeal. Do like grandmama used to do. It took 2 days for grandmama to cook that meal. You have to watch people for a protracted period of time, taught by the minister. Watch them, identify them, because when you swap energy with individuals, that individual become a part of you and you become a part of that individual. And then you find yourself in a situation where you feel obligated or responsible to them, because energy is transmittable. It starts feeling good. Balance all your feelings, though. Balance all your emotion and deal with intelligence. And the word intelligence, you have the word intel. Make sure you grab all information you can while courting, that you may make the best decision And if it take you 2 to 3 damn years of just being a friend with benefits, always set boundaries in terms of giving them an opportunity to see is they worthy for you. And don't so much pull the trigger so fast because it feel good. You got to keep watching. How is the man hygienes? How is the woman hygienes? How does she act in situations? Is she has an emotional state of mind and she's a tyrant? Does she like to argue? Does she like to bitch and complain? Men, you have to watch that because bitching and arguing is worse than cheating from a man's perspective. So when you bitching and complaining, man look for peace. I don't give a shit what he does. Man looks for peace. So when you complaining and arguing, man disassociate themselves mentally from you and you have no idea. We disassociate ourselves mentally from you because we don't want no more hell. We done caught enough hell in these streets. So when we come to the woman, heaven lies at her footstep. The word heaven only means peace. And if you break that peace up, you will find yourself in a very uncomfortable situation because we will be looking for peace elsewhere. And women, to the women, the sister only want to need a provider, protect, and a maintainer. She want to be loved. She want to be held. She want to be appreciated. She want to be valuable. Some men look at situations differently. You don't, so women, to man, don't come to that woman house playing video games and playing tiptoe around a tulip and all this bull crap. It ain't producing a damn thing. And don't no woman like that because there's a brother like me that could slide, because I represent ownership. I represent rent nothing. A woman likes to see God in a man. I'm going to say that again, brother. A woman loves to see God in a man. And when she identifies God, the word God means force and power, making it happen, moving things, producing things, bringing things into existence. She knows that you have her in the best interest by your works. Usefulness determines your value. How useful are you, nigga? If you just playing video games, if you smoking weed and drinking all day, whether it be a woman or a brother, don't no man want no woman that drink and smoke weed all day, and don't no woman want no man that smoke and drink all day. You notice I'm saying man, because if you do that, it's your business. I salute you. But that differentiates what a woman look like and what a girl look like. I'm a grown ass man, so I need a grown ass woman. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking. Ain't nothing wrong with it. However, that ain't my cup of tea. Dear family, this podcast is titled, and I wasn't going to do it because I'm tired. I came from the paintball park with my kids. I had a good time. My oldest son, birthday, we took him out to dinner, and we just had a ball, man. So I'm just now getting back. So excuse me if I look a little sluggish and tired. I took my belt off. I'm ready to shit. I'm going to take a shower and relax. Get back to it. So understand friends with benefits. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But there's a process. If you choose to add benefits to it, there is a process from being associate when you become a friend, excuse me, is better than associate because you hold value as a friend. I'm obligated to make sure you're good because I want for you what I want for myself. And when you start climbing up the chart, you will see the consistency in that brother. You will see the consistency in that woman once you climb in the charts from just a friend. Then you get into the benefits. Now you're swapping energy. You're swapping God-like energy. Then you you when you determine this woman is for me, or when you determine this man is for me, you have a conversation about that. But don't rush nothing, sisters. Y'all do too much rushing. I don't like a woman that can't cook. Take your time to prepare that meal properly. And you preparing the best meal for your man or your family. You always want to go out and buy pizza, or want to cook some top ramen, or want to, you want some processed foods that's gonna kill everybody in the house in 2 years. No, no, woman, take your time. Quit trying to rush situations. Allow that situation to develop. It's a process and grow into something. You all women always get emotionally attached and want to rush something. And you're going about that wrong. Stop doing that, dear family. You do yourself a disservice trying to rush something, insinuate something that you ain't talked to, period, anyway. A man to make you feel good, a man to wine you and dine you and all that, and then you think we boyfriend and girlfriend. No. See, boyfriend and girlfriend is a commitment. We haven't had the conversation on commitment, but we did have a conversation as friends on respecting one another. Two different things. Two different things. See, in the friendship, it's respect. It's respect. You treat me a certain way that I want to be treated. I treat you a certain way that you want to be treated. That's respect. A commitment is you obligated now. You obligated because I put my life in your hands and you put your life in my hands. See, the relationship obligates now. But that's a conversation that you and that man should have before you venture off, assuming that you in a relationship and he's still at the friendship department or she's still at the friendship department. There's a lot that has to be put in because this is 2022, dear family. We ain't doing no rushing the judgment. We ain't doing no instant oatmeal and instant fake bacon and all this. We ain't doing none of that. You gonna process a situation. You gonna take your time, and you gonna build equity. Friendships build equity because you started friends. And when you build equity in your friendship, sometimes you start to have benefits, which is sex. And you swapping energy, so you still build equity. And now you have to watch the man's conduct and character. You have to watch the woman's conduct and character if it's going to get serious. You got to watch what comes out of the man's mouth, what comes out of the woman's mouth, because her intelligence is going to be like heaven to your ear, or you're going to hear things that you need to correct about her, because everybody come in relationships wounded from previous relationships. You done been dogged out by your man, whipped by your man, took for granted by your man, cheated on by your man, everything, and you just want to get away and find something. Men have been the same way. Uncomfortable situations, the woman cheating on him, the woman ain't good, the woman disrespectful, the woman got a loud, raggedy, ghetto ass mouth, the woman can't cook, all that. And sometimes women that haven't had their fathers in their life look for the man that they want as the father. He not your father. He's your confidant or somebody that you want to share relations with and build with. But sometimes you get in a situation and bring your baggage, lady or woman. And sometimes men bring that street mentality inside of a situation because they've been traumatized and affected by drug habits and alcoholism and snorting powder and not in their right mind and been left by no father, and there's no father in the house. And so men go through that. We psychologically damaged from men not being in our life, and streets raised us, and we got the streets perspective. So we wound the woman because of the ideology of the streets smashing instead of being a man. So we have to identify all these traits in man and women. Now, don't listen to what a man say when your ego's open. Listen to what I say when your legs are closed. Okay, you on that can cook. I can focus on you. So the woman said something about loyalty. Let's deal with the word loyalty. This podcast is part two, titled Friendships with Benefits versus Relationships. The difference is commitment versus respect, commitment versus obligation, commitment versus a choice. All right? Loyalty. Loyalty is an emotion, it comes and goes. I tell every emotion is movement. That's why it's called motion. Motion. But you got the E. Emotion represents a feeling. Feelings come and go. Emotion, I don't deal with loyalty. Loyalty is the emotion. I'm loyal to you. Loyalty is a choice, and it comes and goes like an emotion, because emotion is all over the place. Let me explain why, dear family. Loyalty. I love my brother. I love my cousins. I have some cousins that I love. I don't love all my cousins. I have some friends that I love. I don't love all my friends either. There's certain levels to it. However, if one of them people touch my daughter, loyalty goes out of the window. You see how that they, depending on the circumstances, determines how what my loyalty, if my loyalty stays or my loyalty goes. So it's the emotion. I tell people, I don't want your loyalty. Give me your respect. That's the universal law. That's the law of God. Because we all say we loyal to God, but have you followed all his commandments? Absolutely not. He told you don't do this and you did it anyway. But you talk about loyalty. See, respect is you treat me how you want to be treated. You don't have to deal with me or like me, but you're gonna give me the same, you're gonna give me the respect that you want yourself to receive. We could agree to disagree, but don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? So loyalty is a great attribute, but respect is a universal call. You have countries that govern their society, which is law, because without law in place, people run rampant. But you have countries that don't like each other at all. They not loyal to one another at all, but they govern themselves on respect. You stay your distance, I'll stay mine. You cross that boundary, it's on. Respect. I ain't coming in your area, don't come in mine. You see that? You see how that loyalty and respect? If it was loyalty, they'd be in unity. Ain't no unity with them people. So, okay, respect will take you far in life, is what the sister said. I feel like my brother's beliefs are different now towards dating. I'm not sure what you're saying, but loyalty is not certified. You're right. Respect is everything. Respect is everything. Emotion, loyalty. Okay, say focus on yourself. Wait on God. So, in conclusions, dear family, understand. Don't get caught up in the emotion without logic. It's okay to love, but love with intelligence. It's okay to be the difference between a relationship and a friendship with benefits. Once again, it's a commitment versus respect, obligation versus a choice until you meet the requirements of one's um, standards and you have a conversation with an individual. You women always feel good with a man and then define your relationship as a your situationship as a relationship and you haven't had a conversation with that man. I don't give a damn how good he make you feel. If you don't have the conversation with a man on taking your relationship to the next level, then don't you assume that it's something that he ain't addressed. And man, don't you assume if that woman ain't because she giving you sex and giving you the guac 3000 and looking after you and then y'all friends, bring it to the table. Because there's a lot of situations that are growing. And what you doing is the man may make you feel good. The woman may make you feel good. And you may make each other feel at peace. But every life is fighting a fight you have no idea. And they just there for peace at this time. And you're helping them with that. But sooner than later, or you're growing a bond with that individual. Don't destroy that bond because of your selfishness, wanting something when somebody ain't ready. That go for man and woman. Be the peace. Because some people may have baggage that they got to clear up before they get in a committed relationship. Remember, it's relationships are committed and friendships are based on respect and choices. You could leave it at any time. You feel disrespected. But the commitment is something you may have to, you want to iron out. You obligated to certain things. So quit rushing and moving so damn fast and get yourself caught up in situations because you didn't have a thorough conversation or you were so emotionally attached where you didn't see in the outside that man got so much going on. So much going on, and here you want to put yourself in the equation, in a deeper equation, and you just gonna catch his hell that he got going too. Won't you just be who you are? Give me a few minutes. I'm done with this podcast, and then things would move smoothly. Stop moving fast and stop dealing with the emotion without intelligence. Love who love you, like who like you. And God is always going to bring an individual in your life to show you imperfections that you may perfect them. All right? So once again, I thank you for listening to Cousin P. I told you I would do part two. My throat hurt. I got hit in the throat with that damn paintball. My lip was busted and everything leaking. I got my video up if y'all want to check it out. I had a phenomenal time with my children. I'm going to continue to do that. Every month, you should call your family to the four corners, which is to the table, and have dinner with your immediate family, your children, your family, your closest knit, and discuss how you feeling, how your month been, how your week been. It's always important to do that. And I made the commitment to do something with my children at least once a month, twice a month if possible, but have dinner at least once a month with all my children. I break bread. They will remember that. And you inheriting something and instilling something in them. And so, coming soon with part three. All praise due to God. I come with that. Let me know if that works. I've been singing and celebrate for 2 years. Celebrate for 2 years. I want a relationship based on. I want a relationship based on. I want a relationship based on. I I don't understand the question, but um, then I lost my train of thought. Oh, break bread with your family, man. Once a month. It'll work for you. You'll iron out situations that you may have thought you couldn't iron out. You know what I'm saying? They start showing love, and that's what I'm doing, opposed to me being so aggressive. My kids know I'm zero tolerance for bullshit. I show the love, and then I implement the wisdom, and then they lighten up, and then they confide in me and let me know what's going on. Take your time, Cousin P. For sure. What I'm talking too fast? Take your time, Cousin P. I'm talking too fast? Shit, I'm tired. Nevertheless, if you have any questions you want to ask now. If I'll give you all 5 minutes, and don't lose. What she said, don't lose your train of thought. Okay. Um, yeah, I was just saying at the end of the day about family. I had a good time with mine today. It's always important to break bread with yours at least once a month with your children, um, and those that you love. It's very important. You'll get a lot out of it. Other than that, any questions? I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Can you please share it to your page? Share this podcast to your page and share it to your reel. Shout out to West Oakland, listening from New Orleans. It's all love. I appreciate the love. What do you suppose an alpha woman do? You got to say, I don't. What do you mean? She said, what do you suppose an alpha woman do? In what situation? You got to, you know, give me the whole question. Oh, share it already? Thank you so much, man. Share it to your page and then share it to your messenger to all your friends. This is part two. Part two. Cousin P speaks on a relationship. What's the difference between a relationship, uh, a friendship with benefits, and a relationship? Any questions? I got you, period. For sure. Any questions? Any questions, man? Cause I'm gonna go take me a damn shower. All right. I love y'all. I salute y'all. I'm gonna come with part three just cause you want it. Peace.